Alex had always been fascinated by machines. From the moment he could hold a wrench, he had loved repairing anything that was broken. His small workshop on Earth was filled with gadgets, engines, and devices of all kinds. Yet, nothing could prepare him for what awaited him on the distant space station, orbiting a star far from his home. The station was enormous. Its metal corridors gleamed under bright lights, and the air smelled faintly of fuel and ozone. Ships of all shapes and sizes moved in and out of docking bays, their engines humming softly. Alex had come here to sell his engineering skills, hoping to earn enough credits to upgrade his tools. He did not expect to meet royalty. As he walked past the hangars, a sudden flash of light caught his attention. A ship unlike any he had ever seen hovered quietly in the docking bay. Its surface shimmered in shades of blue and silver, and intricate markings ran across its hull. Alex could see that it was damaged. Panels were loose, sparks flickered inside the engines, and a soft alarm was blinking on the control console. Curiosity pulled him closer. His fingers itched to examine the strange machinery. He had worked on ships before, but this one felt different. It was far more advanced than any human design. As he approached, a voice spoke from the shadows. "Who are you?" the voice demanded. It was calm, yet carried a tone of authority. Alex turned and saw her. Princess Nira stood there, her figure tall and graceful. Her skin had a slight iridescent glow, and her eyes shone with intelligence and curiosity. She wore a uniform that marked her as royal, yet practical enough for movement. I am Alex," he stammered. "I repair ships. I can help fix this." Nira studied him for a moment. She did not smile, but her eyes softened slightly. "You are human. Are you certain you understand this technology?" she asked. Alex nodded. "I have repaired advanced engines before. It will take time, but I can do it." For a moment, Nira said nothing. Then she stepped aside, allowing him to approach the ship. "Very well. You may begin. But be warned, this is not an ordinary vessel. Its systems are delicate. One mistake could be catastrophic." Alex swallowed hard. He had worked on complicated engines, but this was unlike anything he had encountered. Still, he was determined. He activated his portable toolkit and began examining the ship. Sparks flew as he adjusted panels, rewired circuits, and studied the alien symbols etched into the metal. Hours passed. Nira watched him silently. She did not interfere, yet occasionally she pointed out a detail or corrected his method. Alex realized that she understood her technology better than anyone he had met. Her instructions were precise, and he followed them carefully. By mid-afternoon, the engine core hummed steadily. Alex wiped sweat from his brow and looked at Nira. "It should be stable now. I need to run some tests, but it looks promising," he said. Nira approached the console. She pressed a few buttons, and the ship's systems came alive. Lights blinked in sequence, and a soft, steady vibration filled the hull. Alex felt a rush of pride. He had done it. "You have done well, human," Nira said quietly. Her voice carried a hint of respect, though she did not smile. Alex's heart raced. She had acknowledged his skill. That was rare, even among humans. Before he could respond, a sudden alarm blared throughout the docking bay. Red lights flashed, and a loud voice announced, "Unauthorized ship detected. Prepare for defense." Alex and Nira exchanged a glance. Outside the station, a small mercenary ship had approached. Its weapons glowed, ready to fire. Nira's eyes narrowed. "They know I am here," she said. "We must act quickly." Alex felt a surge of adrenaline. "What can I do?" he asked. "Help me stabilize the shields," Nira commanded. "If the shields fail, the station and my ship will be destroyed." Alex nodded. He ran to the control panel and began adjusting the energy flows, following Nira's instructions. The shields flickered, then strengthened. Sparks flew from the panel as he rerouted power, but the system held. Nira piloted the ship carefully, maneuvering it to a safer position. "You are skilled, Alex," she said, her voice carrying approval. "Few humans could do this under pressure." Alex smiled, though his hands shook slightly. "It's nothing. I just follow instructions." "You do more than follow instructions," Nira replied. "You understand. That is rare." The mercenary ship moved closer, but Nira's ship held strong. Alex continued working, adjusting the systems and monitoring energy levels. Together, they repelled the attackers without firing a single shot. The intruders, frustrated, retreated into the distance. When the alarm ceased, Nira turned to Alex. "You have saved me and the station," she said. Her eyes were serious, yet a faint warmth flickered within them. "Few would risk themselves for someone like me." Alex felt his face warm. "I just did what anyone would do," he said humbly. Nira shook her head. "No. Most would not have acted. You are different." She paused, then added quietly, "You have my gratitude. And more than that, you have my trust." Alex blinked. Trust from a princess of a distant world. He never imagined such a thing. His mind raced, but he kept his voice steady. "Thank you, Princess Nira. I won't let you down." She studied him, then gave a small nod. "We will see. For now, rest. The repairs are not complete, and there is more to do. But your courage and skill have already proven your value." Alex packed his tools but lingered near the ship. He could not stop staring at Nira. There was something in her presence that commanded respect, yet inspired a sense of partnership. He realized that this encounter was only the beginning. As night fell over the space station, Alex looked out at the stars. He thought of the challenges ahead, the unknown dangers, and the mysteries of Nira's technology. Yet, he also felt a strange excitement. For the first time in his life, he was part of something greater than himself. And somewhere deep inside, he sensed that Princess Nira had noticed something in him as well. Something beyond skill. Something that might change both of their destinies. The next morning, Alex arrived at the docking bay before sunrise. The station's lights reflected off the metal floors, casting long shadows that made the huge hangars feel even more empty. Nira's ship stood silently in the center, its hull gleaming now that the initial repairs were completed. Nira was already there, standing beside the ship, her arms crossed. Her expression was calm but focused. "We have much work to do," she said. "The repairs you completed yesterday stabilized the ship, but the core systems are still vulnerable. You will need to finish the adjustments carefully." Alex nodded. "I am ready," he said. He felt a mix of excitement and nerves. The ship was unlike anything he had worked on before. Every panel, wire, and energy conduit seemed to have a purpose that was not immediately obvious. As he stepped closer to the engine core, he noticed tiny cracks along a critical conduit. If it broke, the ship's energy distribution would fail completely. He carefully examined it, tracing the connections with his fingers. his tools hovered above the delicate panels as he calculated his next moves. Nira observed quietly, her gaze intense. "Do not rush," she advised. "This system is sensitive. One wrong touch and we could lose everything." Alex worked slowly, using his human engineering experience to adapt to the alien technology. He rewired the damaged conduit and reinforced it with materials he had on hand. It was precise work, requiring patience and focus. Sweat dripped down his forehead as he concentrated on the tiniest details. Hours passed. The hum of the engine filled the hangar, growing steadier as Alex completed each section of the repairs. Nira occasionally stepped forward to point out a particular setting or to explain the purpose of a panel. Alex listened carefully, realizing that she had a deep understanding of the ship, not just as a pilot but as an engineer herself. "This energy loop must remain stable," Nira said, pointing to a section that pulsed with soft blue light. "If it falters, the ship's navigation will fail." Alex adjusted the flow carefully. The light steadied, the hum became even, and the conduit no longer flickered. He straightened and wiped his hands on a cloth. "It's holding," he said. Nira nodded approvingly. "Good. You learn quickly, human. That is rare." Before they could continue, a loud alarm echoed through the station. Red lights flashed again, and a voice announced, "Warning. Incoming hostile vessel. Prepare defenses." Alex's stomach tightened. "Not again," he muttered. Nira did not hesitate. "It appears the mercenaries are persistent. They will not give up so easily. We must prepare the ship for battle. You will help with the shield systems and engine readiness." Alex hurried to the control panel. He studied the alien interface, noticing symbols that shifted when touched. Following Nira's instructions, he rerouted power from non-essential systems to strengthen the shields. Sparks flew from the interface as the energy surged, but the system stabilized under his careful adjustments. Nira climbed into the pilot seat, her fingers dancing over controls with precision. "We must test the engines," she said. "If they fail during a fight, we cannot escape." Alex checked the engine core. "All systems are holding," he confirmed. "You should be able to maneuver safely." The mercenary ship appeared on the station's sensors, a small but fast vessel with multiple weapon ports. Its engines glowed red as it accelerated toward them. Nira adjusted her ship's shields and engines, positioning it between the station and the intruder. "Follow my lead," she instructed. "Do exactly as I say, and we will survive this." Alex nodded. "Understood." The mercenary fired first, energy bolts streaking toward the station. Alex focused on the shield system, adjusting the flow to absorb the impact. Sparks flew, but the shields held. Nira's ship shifted gracefully, evading the attacks. Alex felt a surge of pride as he realized his work was keeping them safe. Hours passed in a tense dance of evasion and defense. Alex adjusted systems constantly, monitoring energy levels and rerouting power where needed. Nira maneuvered the ship expertly, her movements precise and calculated. The two worked in perfect coordination, human and alien combining their skills to overcome the threat. Finally, the mercenary vessel retreated, unable to penetrate the shields or damage the ship. Alex sank into a chair, exhausted but relieved. Nira approached, her expression unreadable but calm. "You have performed well under pressure, Alex," she said. "Few would have managed the shields while adapting to alien systems. You have proven your skill and courage once again." Alex smiled faintly. "It was not just me. We worked together. Nira studied him for a long moment. Indeed. You understand the value of teamwork. That is important. More important than strength or rank. You are learning quickly, human. I am impressed. Alex felt his face warm. Praise from a princess of another world was rare, and he did not take it lightly. Thank you, Princess Nira. I will continue to do my best. She nodded. Good. But for now, we must rest. The repairs are far from complete, and the threat is not gone. The mercenaries will return if they believe we are vulnerable. Tomorrow we continue the work, and I will show you more about the ship's systems. As they stepped away from the ship, Alex felt a strange sense of connection. He had expected to be a simple mechanic, repairing a damaged vessel. Instead, he had become part of something much larger. He was learning alien technology, facing real danger, and gaining the trust of a princess. That night, as he rested in the small quarters provided to him on the station, Alex reflected on the day's events. He thought of Nira, her calm confidence, and the way she had relied on him. He realized that this journey was changing him. He was no longer just an engineer. He was a human in a galaxy full of unknowns, and he had already made a difference. Deep inside, he sensed that Nira had noticed something about him too. She trusted him, perhaps more than she should have so soon. That trust was rare, and it came with responsibility. Alex understood that the days ahead would test his skills, his courage, and his ability to think quickly under pressure. But he also felt excitement. For the first time, he was part of something greater than himself. He was part of a story that stretched across the stars, where courage, skill, and trust could change destinies. And he knew that the bond he was forming with Princess Nira would guide him through whatever challenges came next. The next day, the space station hummed with activity. Engineers and pilots moved through the corridors, attending to their ships and equipment. Alex arrived at the docking bay early, eager to continue his work on Princess Nira's vessel. He had learned much about the ship already, but he knew there was still a great deal to understand. Nira was waiting for him beside the ship, her posture calm and composed. Today we will continue with the internal systems, she said. They are delicate, but understanding them will allow you to fully repair the vessel. You must pay attention to every detail. Alex nodded. I am ready. He felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. Working closely with Nira had been intense, but he found himself learning faster than ever before. The first task was repairing the navigation array. Unlike human designs, this system used light pulses and magnetic fields to calculate trajectories. Alex examined the panels, tracing the glowing lines with his fingers. He could see where some circuits were damaged. Carefully, he began rewiring them, using the instructions Nira had shown him. Nira leaned over his shoulder, observing quietly. You are precise, she said. Few humans would have noticed that misalignment. It could have caused a system failure in flight. Alex felt a flush of pride. Praise from Nira was rare and meaningful. Thank you, he said. I have to admit, it is amazing technology. I have never seen anything like this before. It is not just technology, Nira replied. It is an extension of our culture. Every line, every pulse, every pattern carries meaning. You are learning quickly, and that is admirable. As they worked, Alex noticed that Nira was more than just a princess. She was intelligent, strategic, and patient. She explained systems in detail, but also allowed him to make decisions, to learn through trial and observation. He began to understand her thinking, her approach to problems, and her respect for skill and courage. Hours passed. The navigation array was stabilized, and Alex moved on to the energy conduits. These conduits carried power from the ship's core to its engines and shields. Any mistake here could be dangerous, yet Alex felt confident under Nira's guidance. He carefully replaced damaged conduits, reinforced weak connections, and monitored the energy flow. Nira occasionally offered advice, but mostly she observed. "You adapt well," she said at one point. "It is not easy for humans to work with alien systems. Many would become frustrated or give up. You do not." Alex smiled faintly. "I suppose I just enjoy figuring things out. Challenges are part of what I love about engineering." Nira regarded him silently for a moment, then nodded. "That is why you are valuable. Your mind is sharp, and your courage is steady. You are not ordinary, Alex." He felt his heart beat faster at her words. Being called valuable by a princess was not something he ever imagined. Yet, it also made him realize that trust was building between them. He had saved her ship during the attack, and now she trusted him with her most important systems. As the day continued, a communication alert sounded from the station. Nira checked the console. "We have received a message from the Planetary Council," she said. "They wish to confirm the security of my vessel. There is concern after yesterday's attack." Alex glanced at her. "Do you want me to help?" "You may assist if necessary," she said. "But this is a matter of diplomacy. Observe and learn. Understanding these interactions is important if you are to be near me in the future." The communication was projected as a holographic display. A council representative appeared, speaking rapidly in the alien language. Nira translated and responded calmly. Alex watched in awe. She handled the questions with intelligence and composure, answering concerns, explaining repairs, and reassuring the council that the ship was secure. Alex realized that her skills were not only technical but also political. She commanded respect through knowledge, calmness, and authority. He had never met anyone like her, and he felt a deep admiration growing inside him. After the communication ended, Nira turned to him. "You observed well. Diplomacy is as important as engineering. Both require patience, understanding, and quick thinking. Remember this, human." "I will," Alex said. He felt a strong desire to learn more, to become better, not just in repairing her ship but in understanding her world. Later, they returned to the ship's interior. Alex noticed a small compartment near the core that he had not explored. Nira opened it and revealed a series of delicate devices, small enough to fit in a human hand, yet glowing with power. "These are auxiliary systems," she explained. "They regulate life support, environmental balance, and emergency protocols. They are essential for survival in space. You must treat them with care." Alex carefully examined the devices. He replaced a few worn components and adjusted energy flows, careful not to damage the intricate systems. Nira observed silently, then said quietly, "You have patience. Many humans would rush and make mistakes. You do not. That is why I trust you." Alex felt a warmth in his chest. Trust from Nira was not easy to earn, and now he had it. He realized that their partnership was growing, built on skill, courage, and respect. As they finished their work for the day, Nira finally spoke in a softer tone. "Alex, you have done more than repair a ship. You have shown courage, intelligence, and loyalty. These are qualities I value. You are becoming someone I can rely on." Alex looked at her, feeling both proud and humbled. "Thank you, Princess Nira. I only do what I must. But it means a lot to hear that from you." She gave a small nod. "Rest now. Tomorrow will bring new challenges. There are still threats in this sector, and the repairs are not yet complete. But I am confident you will continue to impress." That night, as Alex rested in his quarters, he reflected on the day's events. He had not only repaired complex alien systems but also earned the trust of a princess. He realized that he was no longer just an engineer on a station. He was part of a team, part of something much larger than himself. He thought of Nira's calm strength, her intelligence, and the respect she had shown him. He understood that the bond they were forming was unique. It was not friendship alone, nor loyalty alone. It was a connection built on mutual respect, shared challenges, and growing trust. Alex felt a sense of anticipation for the days ahead. He knew that more tests would come, more challenges that would demand his skill, courage, and quick thinking. But he was ready. He had earned Nira's trust, and he would not let her down. Deep inside, he sensed that Nira had noticed more than his skill. She saw his determination, his bravery, and perhaps even a hint of something more. Alex did not fully understand it yet, but he felt that their story was only beginning. The bond between human and alien, engineer and princess, was growing stronger with every task, every challenge, and every shared moment. And in the quiet of the space station that night, Alex felt a sense of purpose he had never known before. He was no longer just a human among the stars. He was someone who could make a difference. He was someone the galaxy might depend upon. And he was someone Princess Nira could trust. The morning air in the docking bay was tense. Alex arrived early, as usual, carrying his toolkit and a notebook full of diagrams. Nira was already waiting by her ship, her expression serious and focused. Today was different. They were not just repairing systems, they were preparing for a mission. "We are leaving the station," Nira said. "A rival planet has requested my presence. They are not enemies, but caution is necessary. I want you to accompany me." Alex blinked. "Me? On a mission?" "Yes," Nira replied firmly. "Your skills with engineering and your quick thinking are valuable. You may be needed." Alex's heart raced. He had faced attacks on the station, but traveling to another planet with a princess was unlike anything he had imagined. He quickly gathered his tools and followed her onto the ship. The interior of the vessel was quiet as Nira powered up the engines. Alex checked the systems one last time. "Everything is stable," he said. "Shields, engines, and navigation are ready for flight." Nira nodded approvingly. "Good. We must travel carefully. This route passes through asteroid fields and regions with unstable energy flows. One mistake could be dangerous." As the ship lifted from the docking bay and entered space, Alex could see the stars stretching endlessly before them. He felt a thrill he had never experienced on Earth. The hum of the engines, the glow of the shields, and the precision of Nira's piloting made him realize how small and fragile a ship could feel in the vast galaxy. Hours into the journey, the first challenge appeared. A dense asteroid field loomed ahead, rocks tumbling silently through space. Nira adjusted the course, but several large asteroids blocked their path. "Alex, I need you to monitor the shields," Nira said. "If we take a hit, we could be damaged before reaching the planet." Alex studied the console. He adjusted energy flows, reinforcing the shields and rerouting power from non-essential systems. The ship shuddered as small asteroids grazed the hull, but the shields held. You are doing well, Nira said quietly. Your decisions are precise and timely. I am impressed. Alex smiled, feeling a sense of pride. I am just following your lead. Nira shook her head. You anticipate problems before I even give orders. That is rare. You think like a pilot and an engineer at the same time. That is why I brought you with me. After passing the asteroid field, the ship entered a calm region of space. Nira powered down non-essential systems to conserve energy. She turned to Alex. We must be cautious when we arrive. The rival planet is politically sensitive. Your role is to maintain the ship, but observe everything. Understanding their culture and responses is important. Alex nodded. He had observed Nira handle dangerous situations and technical challenges, but diplomacy was new. He watched her carefully as she communicated with the planetary authorities. The holographic message from the rival planet appeared. An alien representative spoke rapidly in their language, expressing concern about Nira's visit. Nira translated and responded calmly, explaining her intentions and reassuring them of her peaceful purpose. Alex noticed how her tone was firm but respectful. She did not argue unnecessarily, but she did not compromise on important points. Her approach commanded respect, and the representative seemed to accept it. As the message ended, Nira turned to him. You observed well. Diplomacy requires understanding, patience, and careful timing. What we say and how we say it can prevent conflicts. Remember this, human. It is as important as engineering. I understand, Alex said. He realized that every moment with Nira was a lesson. She was teaching him how to navigate both technology and relationships across the galaxy. As they approached the planet, sensors detected anomalies in the atmosphere. Turbulent storms and energy fluctuations made landing dangerous. Nira adjusted the shields and engines carefully, using precise calculations to guide the ship safely. Alex monitored the energy conduits, ready to redirect power if needed. The ship rocked as turbulence hit, but the systems held. He felt a sense of accomplishment. His skills had kept them safe once again. Finally, they landed. The ship rested on a smooth platform in the planet's capital. Guards approached cautiously, but Nira stepped forward with calm authority. Alex followed, feeling both nervous and excited. The planetary representatives greeted them. Nira spoke first, explaining her visit and offering cooperation. Alex watched closely. He noticed how her words, posture, and calm confidence commanded respect. Even the skeptical representative seemed reassured. Later, in a private chamber, Nira allowed Alex to inspect the ship. Your role here is critical, she said. If anything fails while we are on this planet, you may be needed to make rapid repairs. Be prepared. Alex nodded. I understand. I will do everything I can. During the inspection, they discovered a minor malfunction in the energy distribution system. Alex immediately began repairs, carefully adjusting conduits and circuits. Nira observed quietly, occasionally offering advice or explanations. You are precise, she said. Many would make mistakes under pressure. You do not. That is why I trust you. Alex felt a warmth in his chest. Trust from Nira was not given lightly. He realized that every repair, every decision, and every moment of courage strengthened their bond. As the day ended, the representatives concluded their meetings. Nira turned to Alex. You have done well today. Your skill and calmness have prevented potential issues. You have proven yourself not only to me but also indirectly to these people. They have seen the value of a human working alongside a princess. Alex smiled, feeling proud and humble at the same time. Thank you, Princess Nira. I am glad I could help. She nodded. Tomorrow, we may face new challenges. Be ready. The galaxy is not without danger, but together we can overcome it. That night, Alex looked out at the alien sky from the ship's observation deck. The twin moons glowed softly, reflecting off the city below. He thought of the day's challenges and successes. He had learned about diplomacy, engineering under pressure, and trust in ways he never imagined. Most of all, he thought of Nira. Her intelligence, courage, and calm authority inspired him. He realized that their bond was growing stronger. It was built on mutual respect, shared experiences, and the understanding that each relied on the other. Alex felt a sense of purpose he had never known. He was no longer just a human engineer. He was part of a team, part of a story that spanned planets and stars. And he knew that whatever challenges came next, he and Princess Nira would face them together. For the first time, he understood that courage, skill, and trust were not just personal qualities. They were tools that could change the course of events, protect lives, and forge bonds across worlds. And in that moment, as the twin moons reflected on the ship's hull, Alex felt certain that his journey with Princess Nira had only just begun. The galaxy held many dangers, but it also held opportunities. Opportunities for growth, trust, and perhaps something more. The next day on the rival planet began quietly, but Alex sensed tension in the air. The city was busy, but there was an unspoken caution among the people. Nira's presence as a visiting princess created curiosity and suspicion. She moved with calm confidence, but Alex noticed her eyes scanning constantly, alert for any threat. Today will be challenging, Nira said as they walked through the palace courtyard. We are here for diplomacy, but some may test my judgment. You must be prepared. Your role is to maintain the ship, but also to support me if danger arises. Alex nodded. He had already faced attacks in space, but facing political challenges on another planet was new. Still, he trusted Nira's judgment and knew she valued his abilities. The first part of the day involved meetings with local advisors and representatives. Nira spoke with authority, explaining her intentions for cooperation and trade, while Alex observed quietly. He noticed subtle signs of tension among the advisors' glances, whispers, and sharp movements. It was clear that not everyone trusted her presence. Suddenly, an alarm sounded. A group of armed mercenaries, disguised as maintenance workers, attempted to breach the palace perimeter. The council guards moved quickly, but the mercenaries were skilled and fast. Alex, the ship. Nira shouted. They may attempt to sabotage it if they find a chance. You must ensure it remains secure. Alex ran to the ship, checking the systems. The engines were stable, but he noticed an attempt to tamper with the shield controls. With precise adjustments, he rerouted power and locked the systems. Sparks flew, but the ship held strong. Meanwhile, Nira confronted the intruders. Her presence commanded authority. She did not fight recklessly but used her knowledge of strategy and technology to disable their weapons and force them to retreat. Alex watched through the security monitors, adjusting systems to block any follow-up attacks. Once the threat was neutralized, Nira approached him. You acted quickly, she said. Your decisions prevented the ship from being compromised. Few humans would have reacted in time. Alex shrugged, though he felt proud. I did what needed to be done. Your ship is my responsibility. Nira nodded. It is more than responsibility. It is trust. And you have proven worthy of that trust. Later, they returned to the council chambers. Some advisors questioned Nira's decision to bring a human with her, expressing doubt about his abilities. Nira defended him calmly, explaining that his skill had been critical in preventing damage and maintaining security. Alex realized how much she valued him not just for technical skills, but for his courage, judgment, and reliability. He felt a deep sense of respect for her, and a desire to continue earning that trust. The day continued with more challenges. Nira and Alex worked together to inspect systems on the ship, ensuring that no hidden sabotage remained. Alex made minor repairs, adjusting energy flows and reinforcing conduits. Nira observed closely, occasionally giving instructions or explanations. "You are careful and precise," she said. "Many would overlook small faults that could become serious problems. You do not. That is why I trust you to be here with me." Alex smiled faintly. "I am learning from the best, Princess Nira. I only do what I can to help." As night fell, Nira and Alex prepared for a security exercise suggested by the council. It was designed to test the defenses of the ship and the loyalty of its crew. The exercise simulated an attack on the landing platform and required rapid problem solving. Alex monitored the systems, ready to redirect power and repair any damage. Nira coordinated the response, issuing commands and adjusting strategy as simulated threats moved. The exercise tested their ability to work together under pressure. At one point, the simulated attack became unexpectedly complex, forcing Alex to make decisions quickly. He rerouted power to shields, stabilized the engines, and corrected a critical navigation error. Nira adjusted the ship's position while guiding him, their teamwork seamless. When the exercise concluded, Nira turned to him. "You performed admirably. You remained calm, made correct decisions, and anticipated problems before they escalated. That is the mark of loyalty and skill." Alex felt a mixture of pride and humility. "Thank you, Princess Nira. I only did what was needed. I could not have done it without your guidance." "You have proven yourself today," Nira said. "Not only to me, but also to those who doubted your value. Loyalty and competence are rare qualities, and you possess both. That is why I brought you with me. You are no ordinary human." Later that night, as they returned to their quarters, Alex reflected on the events of the day. He had faced danger, worked closely with Nira, and earned respect from both her and the council. The trust between him and Nira had grown stronger, built on skill, courage, and shared experience. He thought about her calm authority, her intelligence, and her ability to handle crises with precision. He realized that he admired her not just as a princess, but as a leader and a person of extraordinary capability. Alex also understood that their bond was growing in ways beyond simple trust. Each challenge, each task, and each shared moment strengthened their partnership. He felt a responsibility to uphold that trust, to continue proving himself, and to be worthy of her confidence. As he lay down to rest, he looked out at the stars through the small observation window. The galaxy stretched endlessly before him, full of danger, mystery, and opportunity. He knew that more challenges awaited, but he felt ready. He had faced threats, adapted quickly, and gained the trust of someone extraordinary. In that quiet moment, Alex understood that loyalty was not just about following orders. It was about courage, quick thinking, and the willingness to act in the best interest of others. He knew that Nira saw those qualities in him, and that realization filled him with pride and determination. Tomorrow would bring new challenges. But Alex felt certain that together, he and Nira could face anything. The bond between them was strong, built on respect, trust, and shared experience. And he knew that this was only the beginning of their journey, one that would shape both their destinies and perhaps the future of the galaxy. The next morning, the light of the twin suns reflected off the polished floors of the planetary palace. Alex arrived early, carrying his toolkit as usual. Today, Nira seemed more focused than ever. She had asked him to accompany her to the ship, not for repairs alone, but for something she had not yet explained. "Alex," she said as they approached the docking bay, "there is something you need to know about my ship. It is not just a royal vessel or a tool for travel. It has a purpose far greater than either of us imagined." Alex paused, curiosity and a hint of concern filling his mind. "What do you mean, Princess Nira?" She gestured for him to follow. They entered the ship's core chamber, where glowing energy conduits and delicate machinery filled the room. Alex's eyes widened. He had repaired many systems, but the complexity of what he was about to see surpassed everything he had encountered. "This vessel contains a prototype intergalactic defense system," Nira explained. "It is capable of stabilizing energy flows, redirecting attacks, and protecting entire planets from harm. Its technology is advanced even among my people, and it has never been fully tested in real conditions." Alex stared at the consoles, trying to comprehend the magnitude of her words. "So the ship isn't just for travel. It can protect entire worlds." "Yes," Nira replied. "And yesterday, when you repaired the ship and stabilized the systems, you ensured that this prototype could function safely. Without your intervention, it could have failed, causing harm not only to me but to countless others." Alex felt a mix of awe and responsibility. He had thought he was simply fixing a ship. Now he realized that his work had far-reaching consequences. I had no idea," he said. "I only did what I could to help." "You did more than help," Nira said firmly. "You proved that humans, with courage and intelligence, can rise to challenges even beyond their understanding. That is why I trust you." Alex felt a warmth in his chest. Trust from Nira was rare, and now it carried even greater significance. He looked at the intricate systems, each conduit pulsing with energy, and realized that he had become part of something monumental. Nira guided him through the core systems, showing how the energy flows could be manipulated to protect entire regions. She explained protocols for redirecting energy, stabilizing shields, and responding to threats. Alex listened carefully, absorbing every detail, aware that even a small mistake could have serious consequences. As he worked alongside her, he noticed subtle signs of admiration in her eyes. Nira observed his precision, his calm decision-making, and his ability to adapt to technology far beyond human design. "You understand these systems faster than expected," she said quietly. "Few could do what you have done, Alex." Alex blushed slightly. "I guess I just focus on solving problems. It's what I've always loved doing." Nira smiled faintly. "Your focus and skill have saved lives, human. That is something to be proud of." They spent hours running simulations, adjusting systems, and ensuring that every function of the prototype worked correctly. Alex felt a sense of pride and accomplishment he had never known. His hands, which had once only repaired engines on Earth, now manipulated energy flows that could protect worlds. As the day progressed, Nira paused and looked at him seriously. "There is more you must know. Your role is not only to maintain these systems but to be my partner in ensuring their proper use. You have proven your skill, your courage, and your loyalty. That is why I call you Consort. Alex froze. Consort, he repeated, his voice uncertain. Yes, Nira said, her eyes meeting his. Not as a title of formality, but as a mark of trust and partnership. You are more than an engineer. You are someone I rely upon, someone whose judgment and skill I respect deeply. Alex's mind raced. He had never imagined that helping repair a ship would lead to this. He felt a mixture of honor, surprise, and responsibility. I will do my best, he said quietly. I will not let you down. Nira nodded. I know you will not. That is why I brought you here. We face challenges that may threaten more than one planet. Together, we can ensure that the system functions as intended and that lives are protected. Just as they finished reviewing the core systems, a new alert flashed across the console. A sensor detected an unknown vessel approaching the planet. Its energy signature was unusual, and it moved quickly, ignoring standard communication signals. Alex's pulse quickened. What is that? He asked. Nira's expression was calm but focused. We do not know. It could be a threat. Prepare the shields and monitor all systems. We may need to act quickly. Alex adjusted the energy flows, ensuring that shields were at maximum capacity. He ran diagnostics on the engines and auxiliary systems, ready to respond to any situation. Nira piloted the ship with precision, her hands steady, her mind alert. The approaching vessel slowed as it reached orbit, scanning the planet. Alex observed the readings, noting the unusual energy patterns. He realized that this could be a real test of both his skills and the ship's prototype capabilities. Alex, Nira said quietly, your decisions now may determine the outcome. Trust your training and your instincts. Alex took a deep breath. He focused on the controls, adjusting energy flows, reinforcing shields, and preparing the ship for any maneuver. The tension in the air was thick, but he felt a strange calm. He trusted Nira, and he trusted himself. As the hours passed, the unknown vessel moved cautiously, but eventually retreated from the planet's orbit. Alex and Nira watched in silence as it disappeared into the distance. You did well, Nira said softly. Your skill and quick thinking ensured that no harm came to this planet. You have proven your value once again. Alex smiled faintly, feeling both pride and relief. Thank you, Princess Nira. I could not have done it without your guidance. She nodded. It is not just guidance. It is partnership. That is why you are my consort. Together, we face challenges that no one else could manage alone. As night fell, Alex reflected on the events of the day. He had discovered the true purpose of the ship, faced a real threat, and proven his value not only as an engineer but as a trusted partner. The trust and respect between him and Nira had grown stronger, built on shared challenges and mutual reliance. He realized that this was more than a job. It was a responsibility, an opportunity to make a difference in ways he had never imagined. And he understood that his bond with Nira would guide them through whatever challenges awaited in the galaxy. As he looked out at the stars, he felt a sense of purpose he had never known. He was no longer just a human engineer. He was part of a team, a partner in something far greater than himself, and someone whose actions could protect entire worlds. For the first time, Alex truly understood the weight of trust, the power of skill, and the meaning of courage. And he knew that whatever lay ahead, he and Princess Nira would face it together, as partners, as consorts, and as guardians of a future full of possibilities. The morning sun rose over the capital of the rival planet, casting a golden glow over the city. Alex walked alongside Princess Nira, feeling a mixture of pride and excitement. They had completed the repairs, tested the prototype systems, and successfully defended the planet from a potential threat. Now, a new journey awaited them. Alex, Nira said as they approached her ship, today we begin a different kind of mission. We will travel beyond this planet, exploring sectors where the prototype may be needed. There are worlds that could benefit from its protection, and we must be prepared to assist. Alex nodded, his heart racing. Traveling through space had always been a dream, but now he would do it alongside Nira, as her trusted partner. I am ready, he said. Whatever needs to be done, I will help. Nira smiled faintly. I know you will. Your skills, judgment, and courage have proven invaluable. We make a good team. As they entered the ship, Alex ran through the systems one last time. Shields, engines, navigation, and energy conduits were all stable. The prototype system, now fully operational, hummed with a quiet power that both awed and reassured him. Prepare for launch, Nira instructed. She piloted the ship with calm precision, lifting off the landing platform and entering orbit. The planet below became smaller as they moved into the endless expanse of space. Alex monitored the systems, adjusting energy flows and ensuring the prototype remained stable. The stars stretched infinitely before them, and he felt a sense of wonder he had never known. The galaxy was vast, full of challenges and mysteries, but he was ready to face them alongside Nira. Hours passed as they traveled through star systems, observing distant planets, asteroid belts, and nebulae. Nira explained the potential threats in different regions and how the prototype could stabilize energy fluctuations, redirect harmful forces, and protect civilizations from disaster. You are learning quickly, Nira said, watching him adjust a minor energy imbalance. Your human perspective allows you to notice things that even my people might overlook. That is why I value you as my partner. Alex felt a warmth in his chest. Trust from Nira had always been meaningful, but now it carried the weight of responsibility and companionship. I am honored, Princess Nira. I will do everything I can to support you and protect the systems. As they continued their journey, they received a communication from a distant planet. Its inhabitants were experiencing unusual energy surges that threatened their cities. Nira analyzed the data and concluded that the prototype system could stabilize the situation. This will be our first real mission beyond this sector, she said. We must act quickly. The inhabitants are counting on us. Alex checked the ship's systems, ensuring that every conduit, every shield, and every engine was ready. All systems are ready, he confirmed. We should be able to stabilize the energy flows without incident. Nira piloted the ship toward the planet, carefully maneuvering through space debris and gravitational anomalies. Alex monitored the prototype system, adjusting flows and energy distribution as Nira gave commands. Their teamwork was seamless, built on trust, respect, and shared experience. As they entered the planet's orbit, they observed massive energy surges across several cities. Alex felt the tension but also a sense of purpose. We can do this, he said quietly, more to himself than anyone else. Nira glanced at him. Yes, together. You understand your role, and I trust you completely. Alex redirected energy through the prototype, stabilizing the surges in one sector after another. Nira maneuvered the ship precisely, guiding them to areas that needed immediate attention. Slowly but surely, the energy flows returned to normal. Cities that had been at risk were now safe, and the inhabitants below could continue their lives without harm. When the mission was complete, Nira turned to Alex. You did exceptionally well. Your skill, quick thinking, and calmness under pressure ensured success. You have proven yourself not only to me but to the galaxy. Alex smiled, feeling both pride and humility. I could not have done it without you. Your guidance and trust made all the difference. Nira studied him for a moment, her expression softening. Trust is earned, and you have earned mine completely. You are more than my partner, Alex. You are my consort, my equal in responsibility and judgment. Alex felt a warmth he had never known. To be recognized not only for skill but also for loyalty and character was deeply meaningful. Thank you, Princess Nira. I will continue to prove worthy of your trust. As they traveled further into the galaxy, Alex realized that this was only the beginning. The universe was vast, full of challenges, mysteries, and opportunities to help others. He was no longer a simple human engineer. He was a partner to a princess, a guardian of advanced technology, and someone who could make a real difference in the galaxy. Nira glanced at him, her eyes reflecting the stars outside the ship. Alex, the journey ahead will test us in ways we cannot predict. But I have confidence that together, we can face anything. Your courage and skill will continue to be invaluable. Alex met her gaze. I am ready. Whatever comes, we face it together. The ship moved steadily through space, engines humming and shields glowing softly. The prototype system pulsed with energy, ready to protect and stabilize wherever it might be needed. Alex and Nira, now partners in every sense, prepared for the challenges that lay ahead, knowing that their bond, built on trust, skill, and shared experience, would guide them through the stars. As the planet below disappeared behind them, Alex felt a sense of purpose and belonging he had never known. He was no longer just a human in a vast galaxy. He was a partner, a protector, and someone whose actions could shape the fate of worlds. And with Princess Nira by his side, he knew that together they could face the unknown, explore new horizons, and ensure that the light of hope and courage would shine across the galaxy. For the first time in his life, Alex felt completely certain that he had found his place not just in the galaxy, but in a story far greater than he had ever imagined. A story of trust, courage, partnership, and a new beginning. The stars stretched endlessly before them, and Alex knew that whatever lay ahead, they would face it together, as partners, as consorts, and as guardians of the future.